Sup nerds, Arcaded here. I decided to trap in 10 games of Hypixel UHC, because that's all that's playable at this point. In these days of trapping, Bioppers and Sweats, who know more about a trap than their own mother, rule this game mode. Also, I have some goals, such as getting 7 trap kills, a KD of about 1, and a single win, the hardest of all tasks. Also, this video is heavily inspired, definitely inspired by these 3 YouTubers on the screen, who all ironically have bigger channels, but please sub to them so I don't get cancelled by the Twitter stands. Game 1 started out with the modifier Brewmasters, and I knew we were going to be in for a tough one. Just like every other game, I got wood, iron, and then I ran to 0-0. And after running to 0-0, I found this spot that I thought I could mold into a rather good block-off. And although it was okay, I think I could have done better. After putting the ladders down, putting the signs for the main trap, building a swag fee, and putting the signs for those two, I finished the trap in about as fast as EDP finds his cupcake. Time to go to 0-0. About a couple minutes later, I found this guy who seemed to want me pretty badly. He chased me into the forest, where I, knowing fully well that I would lose a fight to him, had to trap him, and I actually pulled it off. That's kind of shocking. But, you know what happened here. I was feeling so much better for game 2, so this game I was hoping we could actually have something decent happen. And I got the pickaxe, so that worked out really well. This time I got all my iron first, and then ran to 0-0 to get wood and find a trap spot. This game, I decided to build my own head editor, and hoped that would go well for me. Although it didn't turn out as good as I hoped, I made my iron armor, went to 0-0, and hoped that I would not die to some b-hopping nicked player who would get banned in like 3 million days. Right when I got to 0-0, the first part of my prediction was already coming true. Will this be the end for me? Watch like 30 more seconds and you will find out. This guy didn't want to chase me for years, so he just went down when it went high enough. Since I saw a lava bucket down there and knew that I wouldn't be able to kill him, I decided to pick it up, run to my trap, and try and obby him because I thought he would come back and try and kill me again. So close, yet so far. Game 3 had me going to one of the deepest caves of this entire video, which even included redstone, and I had all my iron pretty quickly. Not only that, but I found this block off, which I thought was actually decent, and I knew that it could be a good trap for me to get people in. Right when I was ready to go up to the surface and start trapping people, this happened. I quickly went to the surface and saw these three guys fighting, so I knew I had to clean. All I can say is that this kid ran for about as long as humanly possible just to escape a full diamond who was either way gonna kill him, and he still died. That's just how UHC works, so you gotta accept it. I then ran back to 0-0 to find this stacked guy who wanted me pretty badly, and watch this. I was quite stacked, but then another guy dug on me, so you know what had to happen to him. I went to middle expecting a somewhat easy win, but I did not expect to see a stacked full diamond who definitely had more gear than me, a better sword, and was also probably better at PvP than me, or just cheating, I'm not sure which one. But yeah, he just obliterated this full iron, and not so soon after, me too. In game 4, I found a trap spot very quickly because I spawned directly at 0-0. After making my trap, mining, and building up, I saw this player who I originally thought was b-hopping, but then he dug on my trap, and I was really scared. I was super pumped because the second guy dropped the dragon sword, which is a sword that deals +1 damage, and it is absolutely broken. After that, nothing happened, and deathmatch came with me literally getting whittled down by like 10 stacked players who I knew were all going to kill me in the end. I did find this noob, though, who was a pretty free kill, but the stack guy tried to steal it from me, and he just aggressively bowed me for the rest of the game. I wasn't even the most stack guy who had no chance of winning, but I was getting aggressively bowed by half the game. It all ended with me having to fight this stack guy who had more healing with me and Iker, which meant that he could deal a lot of damage, and he did. Game 5 started out with a modifier called Starting Ultimate, which gives you an extra ultimate and an ultimate. The ultimate I got was Philosopher's Pickaxe, which is a diamond pickaxe with Fortune 2 that has 2 uses on it. The extra ultimate that I got was Artemis Bow, which is a bow with aimbot that also has Power 3 on it. Pretty broken. I found a guy who had more gear than me, and I knew that I had to kill him. I got whittled down by a couple more people, but I eventually came upon this literally perfect clean. I got absolutely nothing, so things weren't looking good for good ol' Arcaded here. Until this happened. That is just unfortunate, because I trapped him too. I want this video to be shorter than Johnny Sin's cock, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. This game did not go well. I made this block off, but it really wasn't anything special. Remember the name, not Kaio. He is very relevant to this story. In Game 7, I found probably one of the weirdest spots for a block off, and I actually decided to try it, because, you know, we ball. Oh, hey, look, it's our favorite Minecraft cheater, not Kaio, and he's back, and he wants me to. So this man used his highly inquisitive, genius-level, Sherlock Holmes-esque detective skills by looking at the ground and following my footsteps to get 300 blocks away at my exact location. He is just so good at this game. I pretty much just said no here to him, and he still wanted me, something Bill Cosby should learn how to control. I did find this guy, though, who seemed to want me pretty bad, mostly because he thought I was a free kill, so I decided to bait him into my trap and hope I could get him. Bro literally presses the Omnitrix, turns in a Ghost Freak, and then gets that hit. Oh yeah, and he has a buddy too. That's just absolutely amazing. Instead of putting in 2 diamonds to get a sword, he put in 3 to get a lance. Right when I saw the Steve skin with diamond armor running at me, without even seeing his name, and not realizing that he was a bee-hopper who I previously trapped in this video, I knew what was going on. I ran back to my trap, hoping that I could get him in the urban backstab, which is this really goofy-looking thing that I made, but it's surprisingly effective. It's just not on bee-hoppers, though. Game 9 started with a modifier, which I was really scared for, but it ended up being extra health, which really isn't the worst thing in the world. I made this head editor, which I didn't think was that bad, and I went to 0-0 hoping that I could trap a single player. I found this guy who's being chased by another player, came in, and just did the classic Hypixel UHC play, and just stole the kill. While I was running back to my trap, the stacked player with the fire sword hit me once and I thought I was dead, but luckily this happened. Good old through wall. Game 10 also happened to start the modifier, which ended up being magic powers, which isn't that bad. Like the montage of that? Now just watch this shit. Gotta love the anti-obby, don't you? Here are the final statistics. 11 players trapped, met my goal. 13 kills, 10 deaths, 1.3 KD, met my goal, but I still just didn't get that one win. And if this video gets 50 likes, which yes, that is good by my standards, I will do a part 2, 20 games of Hypixel UHC trapping.